Machine Shop Kelly, Dylan, and Dylan's going to walk us around why our tonneau cover rocks. Grade aluminum. It's not going to oxidize. It's not going to rust. It's going to be badass for life. And you're going to be able to lock whatever you like, expensive things in your bed, and not worry about people stealing them. Or what do you think this weighs?
70, 80 pounds maybe?
About 90 pounds. It's about 90 pounds. Someone really strong can carry it, or two people all day. But we want to open it and we want to show you what comes in your box. This is your cover plate. You get 4 drain tubes. You'll see the size differences. Big ones in the back, small ones in the front, and we'll show you where they go. This is going to be for the driver's side. You can tell by the way it is shaped. It'll fit right over on this side.
Actually, slide and lock rail.
Slide and lock rail, that's right. Here's your second slide and lock rail. And that's going to go right on this side. This will help you set the distance. Dylan will show us how that works. Very cool. Here's your mechanism. And this is the actual slide and lock. And this is made from high-grade aluminum. So the good part about making things out of high-grade aluminum and having them coated in that armor coat black is that it's going to prevent it from oxidizing and rusting. And obviously being exposed to the elements. So when you open up the box, you're going to see the first thing.
We do not need this in this application.
How many brackets? Is 8 of these brackets, and they're all the same?
Yes, sir. You only need 4. Little black bolts with the blue Loctite. Those mount the rails to the actual roller itself.
You're not going to need any of this.
That's for the drain tubes.
These are for the drain tubes. You can see the different sizes, obviously the bigger and the smaller. Small black screws, smallest black screws with that little blue Loctite. So that's going to go on the cover plate for the roller. Are not going to be inside the hardware box, but they will be in the box. These are called M6 flange nuts. There's 2 of them here that Dylan's going to use, but some of you might want to use 4. And you'll see why when we're done with this. This one you don't use, the bigger one. You're just going to need this one. These are called push clip zip ties. And how do they help?
They help hold the drain tubes in place so they're not flopping around or hanging out, looking ugly.
You're going to use them?
Yes, sir.
So we're going to find a way to supply you guys with these in the kit. These are going to work right on your sliding mechanism. They got these little T-boat square heads on them. Let me show you what one looks like, but they're part screw, and the top of them have this. Have your 2 rails on the side, and Dylan's going to show you how you form fit it. So pull out your sliding lock about that much, okay? And then if you come around the side here, you're going to see that there's this little groove section in here, and he's going to hook that in. Let me show you.
And then you got to get it in the back on this little square tab. So once you get the front part in, you got to make sure you get that little square tab to line up in that little slot. Once it's done, it slides in.
And it locks right there. Same idea. You're going to have this empty slot right over here. You have this piece right over here. And what we're going to do is slide it in here and then lock it in place with this square tab in the front. That was actually really easy. I was waiting to feel it lock in more, but you could definitely tell that it's on there because it's not going any further this way. Now Dylan just grabbed one of the sets. This is your set of the black screws with the blue Loctite. You have the Allen key and you have the washers provided.
All you need is 4 of them. You don't need the washers because they already have the flange on them.
Trick of the trade, guys. You want to save time? This is how you manage it. You put 1 at a time. It makes it easier to balance.
So next we'll get the cover plate on. Take the little rubber.
You're going to see the rubber goes in the back. And you're going to slide it. It actually form fits on the L side. And you can see where the screws go. On the end of the T-rail, you're going to put these end caps. And that's going to stop your T-rail right there. These are the little mini black screws that come in the kit with the blue Loctite. So I'm going to line them up. Dylan will put them in, but they line and match right up.
And then you got your little end caps too.
And the end caps go where?
Right here, just to cover it.
So when he's done with these, I'm going to put these end caps on the top of them, and that'll stop the screws from getting any kind of precipitation or anything. Mr. Dylan?
Now you're good to go ahead and tighten the bottom Allens.
Okay. Next step, Dylan?
Now we get to throw it on top.
We're going to throw it on top.
So just make sure you grab the rubber, keep it upright.
So I'm going to keep the rubber on the back and get my hand under it. You get a good grip, and you want to squeeze, and we're going to lift it right up.
Don't forget, bend at the knees.
Bend at the knees. I'm a little shorter, so I'm going to have to go higher. And we're going to roll. It's going to slide right in, and then that rubber is going to go off to the side. And then you're going to fold the rest of the rubber straight down. You can see the end caps we put on the end of it, the cover plate, and the mechanism that we just put on. These are those T-bolts that Dylan was telling us we're going to have to use. It was part screw, part square. Square side up and screw side down. Something I do. And one goes up and one goes back. We're going to show you how they work.
Long slotted side, side goes up. Basically, they'll go right here. So behind this little...
Yeah, you can see there's an indent.
There is actually a little nut insert behind there. So we got to cut this little plastic out. We can go ahead and bolt that one.
How do we cut the plastic out, Dylan?
A little razor blade.
Okay. And look at that. He exposed it. You can see that there is a spot for a screw. That T-square, that's the one that we sent forward this way. It's going to bracket right down. And then I take it the one that we put the other way is going to go to a L bracket that side? Yes, sir. Okay, so we're going to have to drill. So what you're going to need is a drill. 15/64 is the drill bit Dylan's going to be using. And he's going to drill for the furthest from the rear, the midsection one. He's going to be drilling one on each side. So come over here. Let's see where he puts it.
Oof.
Now remember, Dylan mentioned that you're going to need 4 of these and we're going to supply them. Perfect. And now you're in place. And so now the next step's obviously going to put a nut on the other side.
Yep.
And those are the black nuts that came into your kit, right?
Yes, sir.
So 2 for the left side and 2 for the right side. And he's going to go get his adapter. A 10mm socket.
A little adjuster rod. Just got to slide it in at an angle. Bring it all the way to the back. So if the rails were out a little bit farther, see how you have play? That's no good. You don't want it too tight. Just a little bit of slop in there. Just ever so slightly. Now, go ahead and make sure your sliding lock closes.
Your slide and lock comes with this mechanism to pull it back, and that's where you'll find this carabiner with 2 keys. You have this beautiful LED light. Install, light works right away. That'll give you some luminance to your bed. I want to show you how it works. Expose the part that you would lock where you would put the key, and it comes with 2 keys right on the carabiner right here. It comes unlocked, so all you want to do is engage it. You have to pull it forward to the end and press down. If you just press down, you're going to be like, this thing doesn't work, I messed up. No, you didn't. First thing you want to do is read this. Pull the tonneau cover backward, then push button. So you pull forward, then you press the button, and you heard it go down, And now I'm going to hold on to this with my left hand because it's going to start going. And that's it, fully open. And then when it's fully open, you want to pull it back. You have a couple locking positions. Position 1, position 2, and the close. Position 3. Nice thing about the Gladiator beds are there's plenty of points and places to hook onto, especially these rear points, perfect for the carabiner.
You do not need these ones. These ones can go, the small ones. And the reason for that is the bed already has drain holes.
So if you see on the Gladiator, there are factory drain holes right there, and we're going to utilize that for the installation of these drain plugs.
All right, so I'm not a big fan of how they just kind of stay floating around. That's why I use the tree clip zip ties. Go ahead and secure the drain tube back. I use a 1 3/4 hole saw bit to go drill through the back of the plastic bed plugs for the drain tubes to come out. So I like to use little rubber rings.
You see how he used the part that he cut off from the one side and then measured it against the other side? And that's how he learned how to cut it.
You can use anything that's just small flathead screwdriver, end of a razor blade.
If you guys get yourself a trim stick, that's pretty great, man. Well, just like that, we put together a Jeep Gladiator tonneau cover. These are available online at SoFloCustomParts.com. They're $1,499. Free shipping. How about that, Dylan?
Can't beat free shipping.
God bless America, and God bless you guys for watching this. Happy Jeeping.